Hey guys, and welcome back to an all new cold culture video. Now you may be wondering why my truck is completely opened up. Let me show you why. Today these came in, floor mats from LASFIT. These floor mats came in today and I am super glad about it because the stock floor mats are absolute trash. The backseat floor mats seem to grab onto any dirt ever, sort of like a wet rubbery deal where it just grabs it. It doesn't necessarily keep anything clean. It just looks more dirty than it really is. Most of the time I feel like no one's ever back here. I think maybe 2 or 3 people have ever been in the backseat of this truck, so it's crazy that it's already this dirty. And the coverage is kind of poor. See if I can kind of block this sun. You can see right here, this whole edge, that's bad coverage. If anyone came back here with, I don't know, wet boots on or muddy boots on, you wouldn't really get that coverage that you need. Now the front driver is dirty as hell, and rightfully so. It's the most used, and it has these nice little clips here that hold it in place. Unlike the passenger side, which always seems to have this slant on it. It doesn't matter how much you push it back into where it should be, it always gets moved over, sort of like that. And because of that, it does a bad job at catching any mess, and it has no coverage up here. It kind of ends quickly. So let's see what these new ones do. Okay, so because my truck is so freaking dirty, not just on the inside, but on the outside, I think it's fair to go to the car wash, clean this thing up a little bit, then open up the floor mats, throw them inside, and see what they do. All right, so now that the truck is clean-ish, as clean as a drive-through car wash can do in a couple of vacuums, let's take a look at these original floor mats that come with the factory. Now, they don't come on every model. I think I only got them because I got the FX4 package, and I think they're included because of that. You can see they have these kind of nubby cleats on the back one. The back one actually is not too bad. It's nice and thick, as you can see right there. So I think they might last a little bit longer. But the front, on the other hand, I think are just complete trash. They're super thin. The cleats are almost like the little knobs on the sides of tires. Like, they're completely useless. They're not stiff enough to grab onto anything. They do say F-150, and I like that. I like the branding, always like the branding. More Ford logos, more F-150 logos. That's good with me. I'm sure it's good with a lot of you too. But now we have these, so let's go ahead and crack these open and see what they look like. Do this one-handed like a G, son. Maybe I won't be able to get them out in one grab, but let's see if I can. Let's throw the box on the grass. There we go. Let's throw everything on the grass, why don't we? Booyah. Right away, just feeling it, it's like a more, I don't know how to say it, like almost like a sandpaper-ish. I can't do this with one hand. Okay, so let's talk about what makes floor mats good floor mats. Now, full transparency, these were sent out to me by LASFIT. You know, they sent them out to me for free, so full transparency there. I said, yes, I'll definitely open them, review them, and I even got a code for you guys, so stay tuned to the end to get a certain percentage off if you want to order these. But what makes good floor mats? Well, let's talk about it. To me, good floor mats need to have deep channels to catch any snow, mud, or water, or even like spilled coffee or anything like that, and keep it from getting onto the carpet itself. Good floor mats also shouldn't move around. They should be pretty sturdy in place and hold all their coverage. And that's the other part. They should have great coverage. You shouldn't have to worry about any of your carpet getting messed up, torn, or dirty. Now, the last thing is longevity. Now, there's no real way for me to test longevity here today, but I promise I'll let you guys know if anything tears, breaks, or anything like that. Although, I've already put the back one in, and I don't think that's gonna be a problem. So now let's look at the back one and see how many of these bases we cover. So here we are in the rear, and it's actually really nice. And again, you can see those kind of deep channels I was talking to you about, which I like a lot because, like I said, it keeps all that water or any liquid whatsoever, the snow or mud or whatever it may be, in these channels, and can kind of, you know, keep it from sliding around. It also gives you some decent grip, but you know, you're sitting down in the back of a car, there's no real reason for grip. Now let's talk about the things I like about this particular rear floor mat. Over here towards the front is way more coverage. Like, I wonder if you can see it on that side better. It goes all the way up and under the seat. Like, it was actually difficult to get it in back here. And it comes all the way up and rests against this back portion as well. So, you know, you're not getting any seepage back here. So that's also really nice. Now, you may be looking at it and be like, man, what's that bump in the middle? Well, with any sort of rubber anything, You just have to give it time to kind of heat up and settle into place. Now, I don't know if you remember on the last one, but there's a hump right here on the F-150s, and that hump was not covered before. Now it's completely covered. Let's look at the underneath. So you can see these cleats, right? Very little. And to be honest with you, I was like, man, these are not enough. These are some stubby, sharp little cleats that grab on tight. This thing would never slide around. The other one, the stock rear seat probably wouldn't slide around very much either, just because of the sheer mass of it. But you know, if this is how the front ones are, I know it's not going anywhere, and I have a good amount of confidence in that. So one more look back here. Better coverage on the side. It goes a little deeper, especially, I mean, you can see I'm pulling it. Once it kind of flattens into place, it's going to come all the way up against this edge, no problem. And like I said, it goes so deep under here, which is nice, because if you ever have little kids in your backseat, they kind of shove their little feet back here and make messes. So that's nice that that's covered. So let me get the front ones in and see what I think about those. Okay, so now I have the front ones in, and again, good coverage, better coverage, I would say. The driver's side definitely goes higher up and covers behind those pedals really well, which the Ford ones really didn't. Of course, you have their logo right here, so you are losing the F-150. I always wish these companies like WeatherTech or Husky or whatever would just put, you know, I don't know, their logo a little smaller, and then F-150 or, you know, whatever brand it is. I think that they would get a lot of specific sales on that. I know that'd be a bitch on production though, so there's no real hate on it there. The driver is actually really nice. I like it. It comes up a good amount on the sides, so I know I'm not gonna have to worry about anything. And it has good, I mean, damn near great coverage. I wish it came up a little bit more over here. See if I could show you, but that's not too big of a deal because it's plastic right here, and this panel is really cheap to replace. I mean, it's a bitch to find, but it's cheap to replace. So yeah, I think that this one's really good. Let's get to the other side. So here is the passenger side. I think these look really nice. The black finish on it is like a nice darker finish. It's darker than the plastic here, although on camera they kind of look like they blend together. But it makes it look really, I don't know, clean, sharp. I wonder how long that they'll stay like that and keep that color. Now they are pretty thick, so I think they'll last at least a little longer than the OEM ones. The rear I really like. The driver I like. And this one, I'm kind of whatever about. I wish it came up way more on the sides. I understand that, you know, most companies go up that much, you know. Some companies don't have that at all. I wish it went up more in the front as well. The side coverage is good. Now, maybe I'm being picky, but this is my least favorite out of the three mats. Overall, they're way, way nicer than the stock ones. Now, the thing is about floor mats is you can get some really good ones, but they're very expensive. I'm talking about in the 500s for floor mats. And that just seems like a little too much for me. But with the code I'm gonna put right here and the link I put in the description, you can get these for 10% off. Now I know a lot of people here on the channel that stop by on my channel just bought their trucks or just got them or just ordered them or whatever it may be. Floor mats are something I've waited way too long for. Really the stock ones are really, really bad. So use that 10% off and go get you some of these and make your life better. These floor mats are pretty cool. They cover all my bases. But the company also makes a lot of really cool stuff for lighting, and they're not too far away from me in Southern California. They're based out of Ontario, California, which is about an hour from me. Not that big a deal. I always love supporting more local businesses and, you know, smaller businesses. Now, they're not necessarily a small business, but they're not massive like companies like Rough Country or WeatherTech or stuff like that, you know. Okay, thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I really appreciate it, and make sure you use the link in the description and use that code at checkout for your floor mats. Now you may be wondering why I'm in my truck right now, because you might think, you know, that's not optimal filming. And something that I have to deal with is my neighbors, well, one of my neighbors, hear me filming and hear me talking to myself with the camera. They come out, they stare at me like I'm a crazy person, and then they continuously click the alarm on their car until I go away. But that's just some of the YouTuber stuff that you got to deal with. I know I haven't seen you guys in a while. I appreciate all the love, comments, and support down below. Hopefully I could pick up and get some more videos out coming soon. But you guys know I always love you guys and love the support. Again, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Peace.